Hey there guys, it's the Shiny Furfro here, and we are doing Rated Battle Spot Singles. So, this should be coming out on Wednesday. I am cutting back on the amount of content I'm uploading to my YouTube. If everything goes to plan, at least. Basically, it's a lot of work to get out, like, you know, daily YouTube videos and stream daily as well. So, I'm going to cut back on my workload slightly, which means there will be less videos here, but, you know, I've mentioned it a few times. I stream Monday to Friday, so that's where the meat is, really. So if you want to come and hang out, maybe chat with me, or see more Ramos-based content, then follow me on Twitch. I almost said Twitter then, that's why I'm speaking incredibly slowly, even though I'm not really. So anyway, it's a new season, and we're going to go over today's team. This will be the team we'll be using for maybe 2-3 weeks, I'm not sure, because one episode a week isn't much, so maybe I'll use this for 3 weeks, who knows. But anyway, let's go over it before we begin today's episode. So there'll probably be a timestamp down below for you to click if you want to skip this super mega long intro. So we have Zinnia, the Mega Charizard X. I just really like how X feels. I feel as if X isn't used enough, even though it is used a lot. I think that's mainly because I do VGC and it's never used there, because Charizard Y just beats it in almost everywhere, every category. More damage, that sort of thing. We have, oh by the way, it's a very standard set, just Dragon Dance, 3 attacking moves, nothing special, Adamant. We have Pocket, the specially offensive Florgs. Sorry, just moving in my chair there to get more comfortable. I really like how this Florgs works. We have Giga Drain and Moonblast as our attacking moves, and then I have Synthesis and Calm Mind to turn myself into a semi-wall, which is pretty nice. We have Guts, Assault Vest, Ogami, the Conkeldurr. If you know the reference with that name, then props to you. This is basically what I'm going to be switching into things like Will-O-Wisps, Toxics, Thunder Waves. It's just generally there to, you know, get a Guts boost and get some massive damage off with like Mach Punch, Drain Punch. Pretty standard set, really. Those Zinnia and Ogami definitely standard sets. Then we have Oyuki, the Focus Sashed Mixed Frostlass. When I say mixed, she's not really. The only physical move she has is Ice Shard, but she does have a naive nature to ensure that her attack stat does not go down. We have with the Ice Beam and the Shadow Ball. And yes, Focus Sash, Destiny Bond, because we gotta try something to get us, you know, higher than just 900. I seriously faced someone with a rating of 998. It was amazing, and I didn't even think you could go that though. But anyway, we have Vanilla, the shiny Sliggoo, as suggested by Matt Alcina multiple times with the Eviolite, obviously. I'm running a mixed bulk. I'm more physically bulky, but my special bulk is just naturally high. So with Eviolite, I should be able to take a lot of good hits with the Rain Dance, Rest, Hydration set, and Toxic and Dragon Pulse as basically my damage-dealing moves. Basically, I want to get rid of any fairies before Vanilla comes in, otherwise Vanilla can't do much. And then we have Railgun, Scarved, which is basically there to counter Talonflames. Thanks to Joe from Carnation Media for basically showcasing how good Magneton is. Anyway, let's dive right into today's episode. Sorry about how long that intro is, and sorry if I'm not making much sense. I'm pretty exhausted over here for reasons that involve exercise bikes. Taking a while to find out. Oh, there we go. Cursed it. So we're facing someone from Japan, Hyogo, 1439. So they're bringing most likely Mega Lopunny, Aegislash, Rotom Wash, Hydreigon, possibly Mega Venusaur, the double Mega, which is kind of a common thing to see in singles, and Excadrill, which is pretty interesting to see without any Sand Setters. Maybe there to defeat other Rotoms with Mold Breaker, Earthquake, especially Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat would probably cause this team a bit of trouble, and Excadrill does deal with that. So, who do I bring? That's the question. Magneton has Sturdy instead of Magnet Pull. I just liked Sturdy as an ability because it means I can live any one hit. Really nice ability to have. I think Conkeldurr is definitely going to be a good choice here. Should beat Lopunny one-on-one. Florgs Florges, however you want to pronounce that, beats the Hydreigon, but so does Conkeldurr. Oh boy. I kind of want to bring Sliggoo to deal with the Venusaur, even though I can't Toxic it, which might be a bad idea. I think we're going to have to bring my Charizard for that. So Conkeldurr and Charizard are already looking like they're coming to this one. Now it's just a case of, do I want to have a Scarfed Pokemon, a bulky Pokemon, a Destiny Bonder, or just bulky attacking? Florges should beat the Rotom one-on-one, and I'm kind of leaning towards beating that Rotom, although Sliggoo beats it as well. You know what, I think I'm going to bring Frostlass. So we're going to lead with Conkeldurr, Frostlass and Charizard in the back. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have no idea how the singles, guys. I think you guys are completely aware of how bad I am at this. But a few of you guys prefer the singles over the doubles. So I'm going to keep this one going for as long as I can. I don't have much time to just create amazing teams or sets, which is why I'm kind of using this standard stuff. As we do see Mimilop, or aka Lopunny, being the lead. Sorry, I just saw that and I instantly read it as Mimilop, because that is that's the name that's actually being spelled there. Now, he's probably going to go for the Fake Out. Obviously, I have nothing to switch into that because it does gain the Scrappy ability upon Mega Evolving. So I'm just going to go straight for the Drain Punch. Most likely get faked out here, but if he doesn't fake me out for whatever reason, I'm going to get a KO, basically. Now the question is, after this turn, do I want to go for knockoff, predicting the Aegis Slash to come in, or do I want to go for the Drain Punch? That's the question, really. Because he knows he can't beat me one-on-one, I'm going to go for the knockoff, predicting that Aegis Slash to come in. I'm picking my move very quickly here, but I can't see him going for a return. He knows he can't beat Conkeldurr one-on-one. And he doesn't want to lose his Mega Lopunny right away. Then again, this is low ladder, so he does withdraw the Lopunny into Rotom. That's still going to be quite a bit of damage and a removed item, so that's a thing. Now, is he going to want to burn me? I'm going to stay in case he wants to burn me, because that would just be hilarious. So I'm going to go for the Drain Punch here. He's going to activate my Guts if he goes for the Thunderbolt, but I am Assault Vest, so that's not going to do anything. And he gets the Para! And this should just KO that poor Rotom. Nope, no, I completely misjudged Conkeldurr's strength there. I'm not running full investment. This is more of a doubles Conkeldurr than a singles one, but that was still a lot of damage. I guess I just go for Mach Punch here, really, and that's Rotom done. And I am going to break through that Paralysis, and that's a dead Rotom. Ooh, okay, so Rotom's down. That's the main thing scaring my Charizard, really, was that Rotom. Because I can't switch it in on that Rotom, and it can hit me with a neutral Hydro Pump. And there's the Aegis Slash. Hello there. Hey, Aegis Slash. How's it going? So, I'm going to go into Frostlass here, predicting him to go for a King's Shield. Really, Frostlass will not be doing anything in this battle, so I can sack her here. I can never remember if using a fighting type move on King's Shield lowers your attack, because it shouldn't actually affect Aegis Slash anyway. Goes with the King's Shield, doesn't work, so I am now free to just go for a Shadow Ball, really. There's not much he can do. He could go into Lopunny, actually. He could very easily go into Lopunny to take my Shadow Ball. And I want to Ice Beam predicting that. Most Aegis Slashes you see on Battle Spot do not carry Shadow Sneak. They prefer to go special, just to avoid like Will-O-Wisp and Intimidate, but this could be a surprising Aegis Slash. It's between Destiny Bond and Ice Beam, because Destiny Bond basically prevents the Lopunny from faking me out. Because if it fakes me out, then kills me the next turn, Destiny Bond will take the Lopunny out. It should, at least that's how it works. I'm going to go for the Destiny Bond here. As he decides to leave Aegis Slash in, I am okay with that. He's going to Stance Change. Now I am Focus Sash, so this obviously isn't going to take me out. As he goes to the Iron Head, fitting himself to be a physical set. So, we've got that. Now what I'm going to do here is go for the Destiny Bond again, because he's most likely going to switch into King's Shield form. So the idea is I want to keep Destiny Bond up so that he can't Shadow Sneak me the next turn. He may predict that and try and go for an Iron Head, or a Night... Okay, he does go straight for the stance change. He could have just gone for the attack again, predicting me to want to attack him while his shield is down. I'm basically going to put him into a position where he can't do much, really. Because now I'm going to Shadow... Oh, should I? Because if he predicts the Shadow Ball here... I kind of have to, don't I? Of course, it won't affect Lopunny, and he fakes me out for the KO. I'm Ice Beam. As I said, I don't really need Frostlass. Did he just double King's Shield? Ballsy. Well, he's going to go for the Shadow Sneak here. Yep, he has Shadow Sneak. So we are going to lose Frostlass. I'm not too worried about that. As I do get a free switch into Zinnia. And the crit. That mattered, guys. That mattered. Crit mattered. Now then, do I predict him to attack me this turn and go for Fire Punch straight away? As you can see, I have Fire Punch and Dragon Claw, so I'm not taking recoil damage, which might be a bad idea, but it's worked so far in all the test playing. So the question is, he's going to... Let's see, he's got Iron Head and Shadow Sneak. He's got King Shield, so he probably has Sacred Sword as the last one. So I'm not going to Mega Evolve just yet. I'm going to Dragon Dance, because that way I will resist 2 of his attacks. And he's not going to go for Shadow Sneak here, so I'm just going to go for the Dragon Dance. No Mega Evolution. As he switches forms. Great. With any luck, he won't get the double King's Shield again. So I am an Adamant Charizard, and at +1, I think I do outspeed the Jolly Lopunny. Assuming it's Jolly. So Fire Punch should take this out. At +1, with the Tough Claws boost, yeah, I think that's going to be a KO. Everybody, cross your everything. Cross everything. Zinnia, the beautiful Charizard X. You should be dead. You're dead. And I think that we're going to take a win here, because Zinnia should beat the Lopunny 1-on-1, but for whatever reason we don't, Ogami should be able to clean up with a Guts boosted Drain Punch quite easily. Goes with the Fake Out, that shouldn't do too much. Yeah, we took that very well actually. I could take a return at that point. High Jump Kick, probably not so much, but Return definitely could live that. Doesn't matter, gonna KO with Dragon Claw, so good game to my opponent. Played his Aegislash, I want to say kind of predictable with the King Shield every other turn. The double King Shield did throw me off slightly and was able to obviously KO my Frostlass, but I was sacking her at that point. So I'm kind of happy with that, how that battle went. Guys, let me know how my commentary is with singles, because I'm really not that good at commentary for singles. I mean, yeah. Words! How do they work? We're going to continue battling, and we're going to get in our second battle for the day. If you guys have any sets you'd like to suggest me to use, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't given the video a like, a favourite, I would very much appreciate it if you could. It really helps show support for the series and the channel. It helps me know that you guys actually enjoy what I'm putting out. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate that as well. Also, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, I have a Twitter and a Twitch. If you can follow those as well, so you can keep up to date with all things Furfrou and Ramos. I just looked at the screen and I saw Porygon and Ferrothorn and Gyarados and Goodra. So basically, this is a pretty bulky looking team, with the only frail things really being the Manectric and Blaziken. So, Magneton's looking really good here. Just really good. Hidden Power Fire should two-shot the Ferrothorn. Thunderbolt Volt Switch will definitely take out the Gyarados. The only thing you have to watch out for is bringing electric-type moves with the un-Mega Evolved Manectric around, because it does get Volt Absorb. Or whatever the ability is called, where it heals itself when it takes electric damage. Charizard is looking very good here as well, just for fire and ground coverage. Also would trick the Manectric into going for an electric type move more often than not, like Volt Switch, and I'll take no damage from that. So Charizard and Magneton are most likely coming to this one. Now the question is, what do I want other than that? I'm leaning towards Sliggoo. Really am. I really am leaning towards that Sliggoo. But Conkeldurr looks really good here as well. Knock off from the Porygon, Drain Punch on that Porygon, especially if it wants to Thunder Wave or Toxic me. And I'm just kind of bringing the same two Pokemon, Charizard and Conkeldurr. The only one I'm changing will be Magneton, which will probably end up being, you know, fodder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lead things off with Charizard. I'm going to have Conkeldurr and Magneton in the back, because there's really nothing that he can lead with other than the Gyarados, which is a problem for Charizard. And I don't think he's going to lead with the Gyarados, just because I do have the Magneton. If he does lead with it, then... I mean, Gyarados. Did I say Gyarados? Words. How do they work? I've asked that twice now. Wow. Hey! Commentary! It's a thing! Squiggly Lines is issuing a challenge, so I'm leading with Charizard. Look at that ribbon. Look at that ribbon. That is Blaziken. Now these things love to protect turn 1. They absolutely love it. I would love it if this thing Mega Evolved and protected turn 1. Because then we will outspeed it turn 2 and KO it with Earthquake. Which would be lovely. Now, what I want to do is not Mega Evolve yet, because if he wants to be crazy and go for like High Jump Kick, I will resist that currently. Charizard quite similar to Gyarados in that you don't want to Mega Evolve until you need to attack or until you need the type change. So, gonna go for my Dragon Dance here. Of course, he wants to hit me with a Fire type move. He actually goes and switches out, maybe into the Gyarados. That's the Goodra. Well then, I will take that happily. At this point, he's obviously instantly realized I just switched my Special Wall in on a Charizard X. And at +1, even though Gyarados will take me down to neutral, that should still do a lot of damage to a Gyarados. So basically, Dragon Claw for the win. As he is leaving Goodra in here. Obviously, this could... Well, not obviously, but this could be Scarfed Goodra, but at this point, I would outspeed it anyway. Base 80 versus base 100. You are not living a Dragon Claw. You might be gooey. Let's find out. What ability did you have? Not gooey, so we are at +1 speed, which is really good. My trainer just disconnected. He did not enjoy the fact that I was about to most likely sweep him with Mega Charizard X. Quite a salty sailor, I'd have to say, so I can't really talk, I get salty as well, but I never disconnect. I never do that. I forfeit, I never disconnect. There's nothing wrong with admitting you've lost, but there's definitely something wrong with not admitting you've lost. So I think because of that, we're gonna get in another battle that will count as a win, obviously. So yes. If I have nothing nice to say, I shouldn't speak. My mother did raise me well, but I would like to point out that that person did have a Porygon 2, and a Ferrothorn, and a Blaziken on his team. It always seems to be the players like that who decide to have connection issues when they begin to lose. It's never someone who's got an interesting team or a very solid team. It's always the ones that have the, I don't want to say cheap teams, but the ones that have a team that is like, I'm going to put this together and I should win every battle, and oh no, I got outplayed, I now lose, better run away. So we have oh wow, a lot of dragons here. Garchomp, Goodra, Heracross, which could be Mega, Beedrill, which tends to be Mega, and that's it. It doesn't really, you can't really run it without the Mega. Some people have tried in the past with varying success, but with the Mega, there's no reason not to anymore. Kangaskhan, probably Mega as well, and Cloyster. I always hate dealing with Cloysters. I just hate them. Oh dear. I want to lead with Magneton, but he's got the Garchomp. I don't want to have to deal with the Garchomp. Now, I could lead with Frostlass, but I don't think a Shadow Ball will put the Cloyster into a range for Ice Shard to kill it. But I really want to lead with Frostlass for some reason. Charizard! I'm not sure if I should bring Charizard, really. I'm not sure. Sliggoo? Probably not. We will bring little Sliggoo. We will bring Vanilla Jr. to a battle at some point. Conkeldurr does look very good here, I'll be honest, because I can Drain Punch and then Mach Punch the Cloyster. I can Ice Punch the dragons. I've got Drain Punch and Mach Punch for the Kangaskhan. So we're going to have Conkeldurr in this team. I really want to lead with Magneton. I really do. And I want to have Frostlass and I want to have Conkeldurr. That's the team I'm locking in with. He's going to bring the Garchomp. He sees the Magneton, he's going to bring the Garchomp. The good news is if he leads with the Cloyster, I can just go for a Flash Cannon. That should 2-hit KO, especially after a Shell Smash, and he should not be able to KO me with anything other than, like, Razor Shell if he carries it. If he carries just Ice and Rock type moves, then he should not be able to KO Magneton, even at +2. So we are going to go ahead and lead with Magneton, and he leads with the Kangaskhan. Now, do I want to stay in here? Not sure I do, because Kangaskhan's tend to love to fake out, and I would like to keep my Sturdy intact. I really would. Then again, I could lose my Sturdy, Volt Switch for damage, go into Frostlass to avoid like a Drain Punch or a Power Up Punch, go for Destiny Bond to avoid the Sucker Punch, then go for the attack, Ice Beam most likely. But then I will be losing, oh dear, I will be losing my Sturdy to do that. Do I want to lose my Sturdy to that? Well, I don't think I do. I'm gonna hard switch into my Frostlass here to eat up a Fake Out. If I was to go for Fake Out, Return, Power Up Punch, Drain Punch, Low Kick, anything like that on turn 1, it's going to fail. Some Kangaskhan's carry Crunch, which is always surprising. That tends to require a little bit more thought though, and he goes for the Power Up Punch. So I could have Volt Switched there. I easily could have Volt Switched. Gonna go straight for the Destiny Bond. If he wants to stay in and like Sucker Punch or Crunch, if he's got it, he will end up losing his Mega Evolution unless he decides to switch it. Goes for Sucker Punch, so I do get a free Destiny Bond here. So now, if he wants to Sucker Punch again, he's going to trade his Mega for a Frostlass. I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam in case he wants to switch in one of the dragons like Garchomp. He probably hasn't got Crunch if he's got Sucker Punch. So I'm quite free to do what I want here. Anyone who doesn't really know, the way Destiny Bond works is that it stays in effect until you use another move. So if you get flinched, paralyzed, or you move second the next turn, it will still be in effect. So it's a good way of trapping Sucker Punches like Kangaskhan. Or Mawile. But a Mawile could just Iron Head me for the kill here, and well, he'd still get KO'd by Destiny Bond, but you guys get the idea. It's a great way of dealing with Sucker Punches. Opponent's really taking his time here. He knows I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, it's the only thing I can go for, so what is he wanting to take the hit? That is Goodra. Hello. You aren't going to enjoy this, even with an Assault Vest. You're not a 2-hit KO, unfortunately, but I'm quite free to make a switch into Magneton if I wanted, or Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr most likely, because Conkeldurr will easily eat up anything this Goodra wants to do. We're going to do that. We're going to hard switch into my Conkeldurr here. I could have just gone for the Ice Beam, followed by an Ice Shard to kill this thing, and then drain Destiny Bond as he goes for the Fire Blast. And that is not even going to do half, so that's very good. He didn't have a Ghost type, so I'm actually quite free to Drain Punch here. He can't bring in the Kang, he's going to end up losing this thing. He's locked into that, is he? Is he Specs Goodra? The critical hit! Ouch! That wasn't cool. We are going to take this thing out with a Drain Punch and get some of the health back, but we are not living another hit, I don't think. The critical hit definitely did some damage to poor Conkeldurr. To poor Conkeldurr, poor Ogami. The Kangas... No, that was a Garchomp. Well then. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. I don't think I'm going to need to save Conkeldurr here. So, Ice Punch it is. As he goes for the Earthquake, which should take me out. Despite how bulky I am, that should definitely take me out. He's Life Orbed. Oh dear, I think Frostlass wins this one. Because obviously Ice Beam is going to take this thing out very easily. And I definitely outspeed a Garchomp. If it was Focus Sash Garchomp, it would be a very different story. You are most definitely not living that unless you were... Oh, and it was a crit as well, because we definitely needed that, guys. If we didn't get that, Garchomp would have lived and Earthquaked. So I think my opponent may end up forfeiting here. There's no way I can just keep him trapped with Destiny Bonds. He might find a way to win, though. Don't count him out just yet. Kangaskhan, a very dangerous Pokemon. He goes for Sucker Punch. Now, if I can just get this thing low health, even if he tries to outmaneuver me, I can then kill it with Magneton. So, Ice Beam. Oh, definitely. Oh, and the crit as well. He has Earthquake. And he didn't go for it before. Oh, that is bizarre. What's also strange is that it didn't kill. So, that's a thing. It goes for the Sucker Punch. I could have gone for the Ice Shard there. And he is going to Sucker Punch for the KO, so that is going to be the end of Kangaskhan. Good game to my opponent. I just kind of kept him trapped with my Destiny Bond user. That is why I brought Oyuki with Destiny Bond, because it just beats Kangaskhan's. There we go, another win. So, it's going to show up as 3 wins, but technically it was just 2 because of the disconnects on, like... It would have been 3 wins and that guy not DC'd, but I don't think we can really count that as a battle. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Sorry there's only one of these this week. Again, just time is an issue. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and if you would like to see more, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you people when the next video comes out. I don't know. Maybe Friday. That tends to be when it is. Unless you come to the stream, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.